Hello everyone, and I'm here today with Martyn Hopson, and we're going to be talking about collaboration to wellness. So the whole idea about collaborating around well-being, your mental health, just all aspects of that. Now, the importance of wellness is so fundamental right now, especially with COVID-19 happening. And I think more and more people are becoming aware of it. I know for myself that actually it got me thinking about, what's my life insurance? Is it covering the right things? All these different factors. And Martyn's going to bring light to that in terms of the whole health to wealth. So hello, Martyn, and thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
So it's health to wealth that you're from. And, the purpose of our video is to explain why we're here together and why we decided we wanted to collaborate.
Yeah. So I guess when we're looking at why, I think about, well, why do I have the values that I have? And I guess my background and experience would explain that. So I like value for money. I like insurance that pays out when it's needed, when it's merited. And I think it's really great to reward people for the correct behavior, whether it's being active or having the right attitude. But to get some kind of reward, I think, is fantastic. And when I came across Vitality in my studies, I found out it was the only company that actually gives back, and it gives back rewards without you having to make a claim.
And you know what? I think that really attracted me to what you were offering, because a lot of us do have insurance or life insurance or health insurance, but there's no reward in it, but also the amount of covers it has for the types of illnesses that are there, but also getting reward is a real motivator for people's health, because as humans, a lot of us, and I know myself, I need to be motivated. And I think one of my motivations for joining was I'd had a health assessment done just before I think I joined, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it wasn't so great. And it got me thinking that, oh my goodness, my cholesterol's really high. If I don't get it down, I'm going to have to go on life tablets. And I didn't want to follow that path. And also I was feeling really unhealthy, and partly is, I'm not going to blame the COVID, but the COVID's out there. I'm probably one of them amongst many people that kind of went into that deep, dark hole and just needed something as a booster. And, since joining, my whole sort of motivation levels change, my outlook on life, because I don't want to be getting ill.
Yeah. So I remember when I used to do this job many years ago, and we talked to families usually about their life cover, and it was something that they felt they ought to do, and it was a bit of a chore maybe. But when we'd got the policy sorted, it was a big sigh of relief. They got it sorted, and they could then forget about it. The policy went in the cupboard, and it stayed there until either I turned up again, or until something really bad happened. So so when we started with Vitality, that was totally different. And my story that is quite a personal story, if you like, starts when I had open heart surgery, and my policy didn't pay out, which was more than annoying, as you can imagine. But Vitality wasn't around then. And when I came across it
around during my father's time, because he would have definitely benefited. I mean, again, he's had open heart surgery, lots of things. So
when I came across Vitality and I saw that it covers you for 153 conditions, obviously I was looking down the list of conditions that it covered, and it covered cardiomyopathy. And that the comparison is a normal plan would cover you for 40 conditions. And it just is it's so amazing that they can cover you for that amount, and it can be a similar price. And because they give you a discount if you join in with the healthy living program, And Vitality know if you do that, if you join in and you're more active and you take care of yourself a bit more, you're 50% less likely to make a claim. So therefore they can give the extra benefits and then start rewarding you with all sorts of things.
I know, like Apple Watches.
Yeah, that's
coffees,
right.
Cinema tickets. Oh, we're not going to the cinema much, but do you know what? Actually, I just received my first voucher for what's it called? Raccoon TV.
Yeah. We watched a Raccoon film last night. Yeah.
So I've got my voucher, and I'll be watching that.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah,
so it worked really well. I mean. Yeah. We actually met at a networking event and we just hit it off really well, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. So it was a real breakthrough for me because before COVID, I went to my local BNI group and I met the people there and I got introductions. And that was almost all of my business was through word of mouth and referrals. And obviously, come March, we had to make a change somehow. And so I started networking locally, and it was just starting to build up a little bit. And then I was introduced to the FSB in Bromley.
Yeah.
And I was just absolutely amazed by the number of people there and how positive it all was. And, you know, it was a real breakthrough. And, you know, as a result of that, you know, we met and you became a client, and I've got, you know, quite a lot of other clients through the FSB now.
Absolutely. And just quickly, if those of you who don't know what FSB is, it's Federation of Small Businesses, and they lobby at the Parliament to support all the small businesses. So if you want to check more about it, do go on to fsb.org.uk, I think it is, if I can remember off the top of my head. But yeah, if you just put it into the Google, you'll find it. But that's, you know, that's where we met. And we got chatting once I became a client, and we thought, you know what, this would be a great partnership in terms of collaboration as well, didn't we?
Well, I think the overlap is very big actually. Although your side of it is more on the mental health and well-being, and mine is more on the physical health and well-being, but you can't separate the two, can you? We are holistic beings, and everything fits in together. And you know, for the best success, then you need both.
Absolutely. And you know, we saw the gap there in terms of, you know, you're probably getting inquiries and clients, and they're wanting to take out the insurance for their wellness and their health. But also it might come up in conversation. Does it sometimes that maybe they might be struggling with things? Does that sometimes come up sort of briefly in conversation?
Yeah. And the thought is sometimes we'll have a conversation, and I'll say to a client, well, look, maybe you need to do something about your physical health before we make an application, because unfortunately, you know, that can stay with you if you've had some problems, and then you may be paying more for your insurance, you know, forever basically. And so if you can get yourself into a fit and healthy frame of mind and body before you make an application, then obviously you're going to get better value.
Yeah, you are. And as we know that, you know, our mind is very much connected to our body, so our emotional state and everything. So when we're emotionally or strong in our mindset, it really does help with our body to get it in the right place, and then to take out those insurances, because, you know, at some point people are going to need it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think with what I do, it's a great combination in terms of collaborating, referrals. So this is why I wanted to kind of join as an affiliate, because also I have clients that will come to me and maybe they haven't got a life insurance and they've got all of this going on, and it's something on their to-do list, because I know that I thought about it for a very long time, thinking, oh, I've got to get it. And I never got it then. I mean, you know, I'm in my 40s, late 40s, and it's taken me this long. And really, people should be thinking about life insurance a lot sooner. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Well, the cost basically starts really growing exponentially once you turn 40, you know, so you can get life cover relatively cheaply until then, but it starts to get expensive, and once you get into your 50s and 60s, you know, it can become prohibitive because of costs. So yeah, it's really important to plan these things and make sure that you get the right cover in place.
Yeah, and I got in there just in time.
yeah. And I mean, the other really great thing that I like that Vitality has introduced is the option. It's just a tick box option that doesn't cost anything, that when your policy comes to an end, which usually is when your kids have grown up and your mortgage is paid off and, you know, you're getting towards retirement, that you can carry on your plan as old age cover. So it covers you for dementia, frail care, funeral cover, all those old age things that probably you don't want to think about just now, but it is really great just to have it there as a guaranteed option that you don't need to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, would you say sometimes, like, I mean, with mental health, you know, because that's my life, that's my passion, that's what I support in businesses and individually, people sometimes fear of stepping up to take control of it or admit. Do you come across sometimes people not wanting to take out life insurance because they have a fear, they just don't want to admit that they get to that point where they've got to take it out? Because I know I'm in that category, or used to be. A bit like writing a will.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was just going to say, it's exactly the same as that. It's as if you're tempting, they think it's as if they're tempting fate, you know, and if they do something, then fate will attack them. But, you know, clearly that's not the case. But yeah, no, if you're a, you know, sane and sensible person, then you should get your house in order.
Well, without health,
get your mentality right.
Exactly. So what have you got if you haven't got health? Because you can't do much else if you're not in the best, you know, body and mind and spirit.
No, there's nothing more important when you peel everything back. You know, there's nothing more important, and people just get so engrossed in everyday life, in earning a living, in bringing up the family. You know, it's easy to understand that you know, these other things take a back seat, and can take quite a while before people have a think and sort them out.
But I mean, you know, you've even got famous people and sports people that are taking out life insurance as well. So there's got to be something in there. You know, if they're taking it out, why can't we take it out? Well, why shouldn't we take it out?
Yeah. No, well, because you want to protect what you've got, you know, and we just don't know exactly what's in store for us. You know, it was a total shock for me when I collapsed on a training run, and you know, I had to have all the investigations, etc. And you know, sometimes it seems unfair. I thought, well, why is this happened to me when I'm a runner, I keep fit, I eat healthily, you know, and it just can seem unfair. But that's why you take out insurance, because you never know. You just might have that genetic disposition. You just might be that extra bit stressed. You just might have problems at work, and all those things might just add up to, you know, something happening. You know, and I think that's what happened with me. There were just too many things going on all at once, and I had a genetic predisposition to having a heart problem.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, funny you say that, because the same thing happened with my father. I mean, you know, he's healthy, eats well, though he loves his food, but he was very active. He used to play cricket, and he just collapsed on the field, and it was all to do with genetics. Is, you know, high cholesterol, which now it goes through all of us. So me and plus all of my siblings, we have the tendency of really high cholesterol. And that was one of my key things, as I said earlier on, as to why I needed to snap it in the butt and get on this Vitality, something to motivate me, because I know I'm paying this fee that I don't want to be paying, but I need some reward back from it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's going wonderfully for me. I've kind of think, when did I join? About a month ago, wasn't it? Month and a half.
I'd have said it was a bit longer, but anyway, yeah.
About a month and a half ago, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So already I've lost about 4.5 kilos.
Hooray! Blimey, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So, a word that you used there about motivation. I was looking at the latest Vitality blog thing they send out, and they had a lot of different trainers talking about how we keep motivation at a time when we've got COVID, we've got, the winter is closing in, we're all going to be a bit sadder, if you like, and how do we keep our motivation, and it was all the different things, and he thought, yeah, that's great, have a structure to your day, get up and do your meditation or your exercise and set yourself up for the day, and this, that, and the other. And I thought, that's all very well, and all this information's out there. So why isn't everybody motivated? Why isn't everybody positive? And most people need your helping hand to get them there, don't they? They need that personal touch that motivates them to make it happen.
Absolutely, and we do need that. I mean, no one can be motivated 100% of the time or positive 365 days a year, but you do need people like myself to help them kind of get them back on track, pull out their strengths, help them kind of clarify what's blocking them and stopping them up here from moving forward. We all need a little helping hand, including myself. If we talk to a lot of therapists and coaches out there, we've had to make a massive adjustment as well during this time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, in terms of benefits, so what would you say your top 3 benefits of taking, or should we go 5 or 3? Let me think. Can you do 5 for me?
Probably.
5 top benefits of taking out life insurance with you, health to wealth.
Yeah, okay. Well, one benefit, which we've already mentioned, is the range of the cover. It just covers more things. It covers more than twice as many conditions as any other insurer. And the reason is that the standard critical illnesses, there's about 40 of them, and they're things that the insurance industry consider that you could potentially die of. That's the definition of a critical illness. Whereas Vitality don't call it that, they call it serious illness. So they not only cover you for things you could die of, they cover you for things that you're probably not going to die of, but are going to knock you sideways. And therefore, they see that as relevant to insure.
Fantastic, and really important.
And they pay it out based on severity. So if it's less severe, for example, they'll pay out 50% or 25%. Okay, but what it means is you can have multiple claims on your plan. So I guess there was 2 there, then one that. So that's the breadth of it, and that you can have multiple claims.
We'll go with that, because everyone can get in touch with you anyway later for lots more information, because we just kind of want to give you an overview of the benefits of this. Obviously you've got the multiple cover of severe illnesses. Next tip is the amount of rewards. Go.
Yeah, so the next one, is the number of rewards. So there are so many rewards, I can't remember them all, but I can tell you the ones that I benefit from. So I'm on my 2nd watch. So, and the really nice thing is that you pay a deposit. The deposit currently for the brand new Apple 6 is £37. And if you're active enough, if you're active and you do your activity each month, that's all you pay. So you get a 300 odd quid watch for £37, and Vitality pay the premiums for you each month. If you're not active 1 month, then you have to pick it up yourself. So basically, it's a bit of a carrot and stick. But for me, it becomes a matter of principle. Yes. I'm going to make sure I do my activity, and Vitality will pay for it. So
isn't that amazing? I mean, come on. Getting a free Apple Watch, practically, where you're only paying £37, and all you need to do is keep fit. Do a bit of exercise. That means, and it's not actually that hard, is it?
No, it
You're
isn't.
motivated.
Exactly. So there's two ways of getting your points, and one way is to do lots of steps, and to get the most steps, you need to do 12,500 steps, which is 6 miles and takes a couple of hours. So that's a couple of dog walks every day for 5 days, and that gets your maximum possible points, and that gets you all the benefits. Alternatively, if you've got the watch, it measures your heart rate on your wrist. So that means they will give you the 8 points for half an hour's exercise, as long as your heart rate's above 70%. And that's why I've got the bike there.
Fantastic. So no excuse not to do any exercise, even in the winter months.
Yeah, exactly. So half an hour, above 70% of your maximum heart rate, whether it's a run, swim, bike, it doesn't matter, inside, outside, doesn't matter. All they're bothered about is, did you get your heart rate up for half an hour? And if you did, we'll give you 8 points, and that's your maximum.
Well, I'm getting my points by running up and down the stairs. I don't have a bike, unfortunately, unless you want to buy me one, Martyn, but or Vitality want to give it to me as a reward.
Yeah,
I run up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so another benefit.
So I'm trying to think what the other benefits. So I mean, there's lots of different rewards. So I could list you a few of the different rewards that I and my wife have used. So one of them is you get a 75% discount off a short break at Champneys Spa, and we haven't been this year because of COVID, but we usually go once a year. So that's just an amazing benefit. We use Amazon Prime. And we've had loads of deliveries, so it's next day usually and free delivery, which has just been amazing in lockdown, and also watching the Amazon Prime films. But as we mentioned recently, they've been also giving us Rakuten TV vouchers. So yeah, we watched one of those last night. And we use Waitrose. They give you 25% off healthy food at Waitrose, whether it's in store or whether it's an online order.
Okay, great.
And gym membership, 50% off 3 of the biggest gyms.
Yeah, and it's open again.
There's just a few of them. There's just
excuse me. Yes, it is quite endless. All the benefits that you've got. So if you were to sum up in one sentence, or a few words, I wouldn't say a couple of words, it would probably take a bit more than that. What would your selling point be in order to have someone set, if you were to say, why Vitality, why sign up with Vitality and not another insurance company? What's your selling point, your unique selling point?
So I think that it's a shared value model. Okay. So Vitality save money because their customers are less likely to make a claim. And that saving they put back into the rewards. They keep your premiums down. And there's even a community issue there, that if more and more of us are healthier, there's going to be less pressure on the NHS. So, there's even a community angle to this.
Absolutely. Well, that's fantastic. So if people want to get in touch with you, they can either get in touch with me and I can refer you to Martyn, or if they want to contact Martyn directly, do you just want to tell us how they can do that, Martyn?
Well, they can find me on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Or they can email me, martyn.hopson@gmail.com.
Fantastic. We'll pop the details in the links below in the chat as well, so you've got that. But as Martyn said, you can find him on LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn as well, or you can go to my website. That's zeenatnoorani.com. And so the importance about here is thinking about your wellness, the journey that you want. How do you want to see yourself when you reach retirement, really? Do you want to be healthy all the way through till you get there, so that you can do things that you normally don't do or haven't had the opportunity to do when you were working as well? I think that's really important. And also to give you the strength and the right mindset even now, because like I said, it's really energized me. It's changed my perspective about where my health is, where I want to be going. and I'm feeling a lot more healthier, and I'm not going to be on those cholesterol tablets, which is
Hooray.
great. Well, hopefully I need to go for another test though, just to make sure, but I'm losing that weight, so it's a good sign. Great. So thank you, Martyn. If there's anything else you want to add, then I guess we can round up here.
No, that's great. It's been really nice talking to you, and yeah, no, I'm glad you're on your journey.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to collaborating with you, you know, becoming an affiliate. You know, at this time, it's so important, I think, to kind of build forces where there's similarities and growth to help people through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Martyn.
That's a pleasure. You
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.